If you are thinking about making a move to Parrish, Florida in 2026, then this video is for you because we are going over 3 communities that you are going to want to consider. And guys, we're boots on the ground. We're going to show you the exact models. The prices here are crazy, and the builder incentives that they are offering today are just insane. So Aubrey, what can you tell us about some of the builders that we're going to see today in this video?
Yeah, so we're going to go see Taylor Morrison in Costera. We're going to see Homes by West Bay in Oakfield, and then we're going to see Pulte, Cardell, and Neal in North River Ranch. And Cardell is actually building also in Costera as well. So
yeah, so a lot of what we see today, guys, is really even just to give you an idea of what to expect with each builder, inventory, production versus more of like a semi-custom home builder. So we're going to look at a variety of price points. We're going to look at homes that are great for families. We're going to homes that are great for single people with no kids like us, homes that are great for retirees, semi-luxury homes. So we're going to look at a wide variety of homes and stick till the end because we're going to go through the exact prices on these homes and also the incentives that are being offered today. But guys, it's super windy today, so I'm going to cut this video and we're going to get started with the first showing, which is Taylor Morrison here in Costera. All right, guys, we're here at the Tortola. It's one of my favorite Taylor Morrison models, but let's check it out inside. Just look at this entryway. You guys, this is incredible, and this is part of what I want to talk about today is personally, I feel like Taylor Morrison does a really great job with higher end style homes in the sense that it's prioritizing on the stuff that I think matters to most buyers, which is having that grand entryway. And one thing that I want you guys to notice is, especially when looking at models like Taylor Morrison, because this is going to be a very different style home from like an inventory home, what they're really trying to showcase in some of these models. And when we go look at West Bay later, you'll really see that come to play a lot more because they're much more of like a luxury builder. But you see it a bit with Taylor Morrison in the sense that you have a lot of options for customization. Like this kitchen is amazing, but this buffet table, the gourmet kitchen, the cafe appliances, the waterfall island counters. So all of that is going to be stuff that you can customize. And what they really try to show you in these models is that you can customize a ton, especially in this community. We're at the Palms of Costera, Palms at Costera, and then there's also the Cove at Costera, and both of those are built by Taylor Morrison, but the Palms is a more higher end. What were you gonna say, Aubrey?
I was gonna say they also have Esplanade, which is more of like resort style living as well. So Taylor Morrison is really building a lot here in Costera.
Tons. Yeah.
I love also Taylor Morrison's layouts.
Yeah.
I just think that they do a really good job at optimizing the layouts here and making it very efficient. Like you'll notice in some of these homes, like when you walk in, not ones that we're showing today, but some of the newer builds, sometimes the layouts can be a little funky, but Taylor Morrison does a really good job at creating like a good flow to the layout.
Yeah, I love Taylor Morrison a ton. One of my favorite builders. They're pretty well talked about online too. Okay, coming into the primary, guys, big primary. So definitely the stuff in this home is really pretty insane what you're getting, guys. This bathroom is.
I love that shower with like the walk-through, so you can go in both sides, and then the one window in the middle.
What I love about features like this too is truly when you like have people over, when you're showing your home, when you're going to sell your home, when you have these really unique, cool, high-end features like just this massive shower, it really does make the home feel high-end. It makes the home feel like a luxury home builder, but Taylor Morrison is able to do that as a big builder. And later in this video, we'll talk a bit about why that's hard to do, why I think it's hard for builders to do luxury well, and Taylor Morrison does a really good job at it.
Where's the shower heads? That's what I want to know. Let's see. Oh, they're like attached to these little...
Yeah, they probably have a rain shower option.
Yeah,
there really are.
Closets, because these are actually... That's a pretty nice sized closet. And then I love the vanity too. Like there's the little sitting area where you can do your makeup.
And again, you can customize all this to how you want it. So with Taylor Morrison, with this community in Costera, these homes, guys, it is really, really hard to believe that these homes are between 500,000 and 600,000. We're gonna go upstairs so that you guys can see one of the main selling points of this home, which is the loft. And again, just point this out real quick. You got a half bath on this side. You got a guest bathroom, guest bedroom right next to that. And then you have this little walkway area here where your garage is gonna connect to that. And this home actually has 2 garages, you guys, which
The laundry room.
also makes it feel extremely elevated. Here's your one garage, and we'll go look on the other side so you guys can see the other garage. But guys, one thing to keep in mind with Florida, especially depending on where you are relocating from, a lot of the folks I talk to, one thing that surprises them is, when you move to Florida, you lose a basement, and there is not a lot of storage just within the house. Like, when I go up north and I look at like what people can put in their basements, I'm like, oh my God, if we had these in Florida, it'd be a game changer. That being said, having 2 garages, having a big garage really does make a difference, especially if you park your car inside. A lot of people park their car outside. I don't like that because it's way too hot here. But if you park your car inside, storage is a big factor and definitely something you want to prioritize, especially in Florida, because it's very different here because we don't have basements. All right, let's check out this loft area here, you guys. Pretty awesome. One thing I love about this layout is it's got a TV room on that side, and then you got 1, 2, 3 bedrooms, a shared bathroom. Like, really, if you're a family, this is perfect. And the reason I love this, and a lot of our clients that have families love this, is because having 2 living rooms is just so essential, because you can kind of put all the kids up here, everybody can hang out here, you can make this a game room or all that, people can be noisy here, then simultaneously downstairs you're not having to deal with that noise, and you can have 2 different living areas, which is massive.
I also really like the look of like these, what are these called?
Railings?
Railings. Railings, like when you enter the house. I always
Absolutely.
thought that was so cool.
And they really did do it well. Like, they put in the windows, like they made it feel bright. This landing area here looks really good. It doesn't take away from the square footage of the house, which I love, but it really does make the house feel a lot bigger. And we'll look at other homes that don't necessarily do that. For instance, the Pulte home, we're doing that, which is cheaper than this one, and actually square footage wise stacks up pretty well. But what they do is, so you're not going to have higher ceilings, because really, guys, in a sense, this is wasted space. Like, you could fill this in and have a whole another loft area up here. So it really just depends on what your priorities are, but it's not always more square footage, because features like this actually take away from the potential square footage of the home, but they elevate the home so much more.
My name's Aubrey, and me and my husband Aaron are a team of real estate agents here in the Tampa Bay area. We make these videos every week to help make sure that we get you all the info that you need about making the move from out of state to the Tampa Bay area. We'd love to connect with you and help answer any additional questions and help get the process started for you. So feel free to book a call at our website, livinginstpfl.com. We'd love to connect with you. Feel free to reach out anytime.
Okay, again, guys, that was the Tortola 5-bed, 4.5 bath, 3-car garage, 3,461 square feet. Absolutely massive, and the incentive that they're offering on this, guys, is insane. So stay tuned till the end of the video, because we're going over all the pricing on all the homes that we're looking at today, and we're also going to go over the exact incentives that are being applied to these homes, because guys, the discounts that are being offered right now on these Taylor Morrison homes, you cannot beat them. You can't touch them. They're amazing. All right, guys, we are on Moccasin Wallow here, and we are turning in to Oakfield, which Oakfield is gonna look a lot different in years to come, because it's very, very new, but they've really positioned themselves as a kind of like a North River Ranch or Sea Air alternative that is more focused on nature. They really advertise the 800, or I think it's 900 acres of walking trails and just nature here. So Oakfield is a great spot. So here we're going to check out Homes by West Bay, which is in the gated section of Oakfield. There are 2 builders that are in the gated section of Oakfield, Homes by West Bay and Ashton Woods. And then also building in here on the right, we can see the sign is Pulte, D.R. Horton, Meritage Woods, and Stanley Martin. So Stanley Martin is a smaller, yeah, you probably can't read the sign. Stanley Martin is a smaller builder, but D.R. Horton, Pulte, those are all going to be bigger ones. And the layouts that you're going to see, guys, a lot of these builders are going to have the same layouts. And so when you see the same builders in multiple communities, that's where it really helps to even narrow in on the community that you like. And then from there, it's like, okay, which builders do we want to look at first? And so we're going to go in here and check out this West Bay model, which, guys, West Bay, in my opinion, is one of the nicest builders you can go with without going fully custom. They really are a semi-custom home builder, but they're also a nationwide home builder, and so you get a really good product with them. I really do love them. But yeah, let's go in and check it out. Okay guys, we are here at the Bayport 2, but it's really windy inside, so let's go on inside. But one thing, just as we're out here, that I want you to know, you can probably see it better on the home across the street, but West Bay does a tremendous job with the exterior elevation. You've got pavers throughout in the entire community, tile roofs, which I love, definitely longer lifespan on those. And guys, with the 3-car garage, one thing I do love too is you get the massive parking pad, because really you can fit almost 6 cars in this driveway, which is awesome. But let's go on inside. Guys, West Bay is really one of my favorite builders, especially when it comes to the luxury builders that you see and that you can get here. But just right when you come in, you can just notice that this home is extremely nice. I love this home, guys. One of the biggest things I just love about the Bayport model specifically is the size of that slider. Like, what do you think of that, Aubrey? Like, tell me, how awesome is that slider?
I love it. I love how much light it gets in here, and that you can open it like all the way. And so when it's a nice day like today, kind of. Today
would be nice, yeah. And then even the screen, these doors are locked because they don't want people going out here and falling in the pool. But the screen, guys, here is an upgrade as well. Like, having a screen that big, the panoramic screen feature is absolutely incredible. I love the extended lanai. I love the extended kitchen and the extended kitchen island as well. This is something that I have mixed feelings about, just this kind of like dining table thing. Me personally, I'm not a big dining table guy. I'd rather almost have a bigger island or, I don't know, open space here. But one thing, again, that I want to point out with Homes by West Bay, and for some people, like the models can feel almost like overwhelming, like, oh my gosh, there's like so much that's done. Guys, what they're really trying to show you here is that you can do a ton, like every little thing is customizable with Homes by West Bay. It really almost feels like you're working with a custom home builder, which I absolutely love. From changing anything from doing a different beam, doing a different tray ceiling, doing different types of railings, different flooring, different counters, like different structural options, different layouts. Really, there are endless options. And so rather than try to explain all the options, it's really better for us to just let you know that there are endless options. And this is where really coming down and meeting with us and going through and looking at all the different models and the different options and sitting and walking through them is really huge.
I really like these
cabinets
with the light inside.
Absolutely. And honestly, one big reason it feels so big in here, because square footage wise, really, this is pretty on par with the Tortola that we were just at, but the ceilings in the kitchen area here are significantly higher, which is why it feels so big. And even though you don't have that like grand entryway that we had in the Tortola, this entryway itself is still grand. It's super wide, which I love. And then I guess, should we go upstairs first, or should we check out the bedrooms and stuff down here? What do you think?
I'm feeling upstairs.
All right, let's check out upstairs. Then we also got to look at the primary. But guys, a big reason I love this model is, you know, depending on your situation, whether you might have parents, you might have grown kids, you might have high school kids, you might just need a spot to get away. What I love about a lot of the models that we're looking at today is these second living areas that they're doing upstairs. And with this one, they've actually got the buffet table. And one thing I like to point out to a lot of people, especially folks that I know that have, they're like multi-generational living or something like that, is really when it comes to multi-generational living, a lot of people don't necessarily need a stove. They maybe just need a fridge and a sink, something like that. But you could totally put a door here, and you can make this its own just entire suite area, which I absolutely love.
Yeah, there's only one bedroom up here, so it really is just this one bedroom and then the bathroom. I don't know what's behind this door actually. Oh, the HVAC.
HVAC. Yeah.
But it's a nice sized bathroom. So yeah, if you are doing multi-generational living, or if you have a kid who is older and still lives at home and wants their own space, this is a great spot for them.
Quick little hack I like to tell people when choosing the home on the lot. When you have an upstairs area like this, this is where I really tell people, like, you know, sometimes it can even be you see the same home on multiple lots and you're like, which one do I go with? They're all the same. Stuff like this I love, guys. I love that your neighbor, you're not butting up against their second story wall. Their second story wall is on the other side, and so you're able to get a lot more light into your loft area. And privacy, which is just stuff that I think about, but it's things I see people overlook, which is why I like to point them out in these videos. All right, let's look at the primary.
I also like that the primary is separated from every other bedroom. So like the split living. I love when they do that because I feel like that is just such a necessity for these primary suites.
A lot of the layouts we look at are going to do that. And guys, I know that for a lot of you, you know, this color might not be it, but again, what they're really trying to show here is you can really go all out with the customizations. They've got double crown molding, tray ceilings, the beams, the whole 9 yards. And then this bathroom, holy crap. You guys, this is a nice bathroom. This is a tremendously awesome, beautiful, spacious, freestanding bathtub. Nice.
I like the shower head from the top. What is that called? A waterfall shower?
Something like that.
And then also a lot of these new builds are not going to have the bathtub in the primary bathroom, which is nice.
No, a lot of them
most of
do
them
the big shower.
Yeah, most of them are in the guest bathroom. So this one having a primary bathroom that has a bathtub is big.
I like the freestanding bathtub because I feel like it's more of a decorative element and it's easier to decorate around. It doesn't take up as much space.
And then a huge closet.
There's even
super big.
Stuff, just small things that just instantly show that this is the higher end builder. Is in a lot of the builds you're going to get the wire closets. Here, you know, you have the wood closets.
It just looks better.
It just
adds
looks nicer. Yeah.
More to the aesthetic.
Okay guys, so one thing I want to just point out while we're on Moccasin Wallow Road here, about to turn into North River Ranch, is this, guys, here is going to be the main road. Sea Air is off this road. Artisan Lakes is off this road. North River Ranch is off this road. Oakfield is off this road. The only community that is not off this road is actually Costura, which is off of Buckeye Road, which is just a 2-lane road right now. And so one thing that can be kind of confusing when you first even come here to look at this area is just even like it almost feels like, where the heck am I moving to? This feels like the middle of nowhere. But simultaneously, guys, the growth and the development that is going into even just Moccasin Wallow Road, it has changed a lot just over even just the last few months. It's being expanded, and so it's gonna look a lot better in years to come. But again, guys, the reason the prices here are so low, the reason the growth here is happening so rapidly is because this area really is a good location that will continue to grow, and is just, it makes sense that this spot is going to be an area that people are going to love living in. Now on this side, you know, now we're past on the other side of Moccasin Wallow Road over near where we turn into North River Ranch, and here it's been extended. This is a lot more of what it's going to look like in years to come. But yeah, that's all I wanted to really highlight there.
All right, so we went to 3 different communities today. We started in Costera, then we went to Oakfield, and then we ended off on North River Ranch. I wanted to give you guys a good idea about what amenities you can expect in each of these neighborhoods and when you can expect to have access to them. So we started off in Costera, so I have the map pulled up over here for you guys. Costera is going to have a lot of trails, which that seems to be a common theme among these neighborhoods, is they are really pushing for some outdoor wooded trails, biking trails, which I think is really awesome, especially if you are wanting to be outside and hanging out and meeting new people within your community. These trails are definitely something that you should take advantage of. The big thing in Costera is actually this 65-acre lake, and then they have also another 20-acre lake. If you are in the northern part of the neighborhood, you will use the Estuary Amenity Center, and if you're in the southern part, you'll use the Watermark Amenity Center. They're around the same in terms of what they offer, just a pool and a clubhouse. But the main thing for Costera is actually this Club Costera, which is off of this 65-acre lake. And then also Esplanade is over here, and they have their own amenities. Esplanade will be the gated part of this community, and it's more resort-style living. So if you're not in Esplanade, you can take advantage of this Club Costera. Let me pull up that map. So you'll actually have a little white sand beach off of the lake, which I thought was really a cool idea. Since you do have to drive a little bit of ways in Parrish to get to a beach. The beaches are close by, but it will be nice to have your own kind of lakeside beach in your own neighborhood. They also will have a resort pool, a social hall, a fitness center, and then sports courts and lap pool. These sports courts are actually going to be opening soon, so if you are planning on moving in to the neighborhood and you like pickleball, then the sports court would be a great place for you to check out once it's done. The rest of this is still they haven't started construction on it yet, so it's still going to be a bit of ways before you have access to the rest of these amenities. So that's something to keep in mind. Costera and Oakfield, you'll notice they are newer and a little bit less established than North River Ranch, so you're going to be waiting a little bit of time for some of these amenities to open up, which is something to keep in mind if you're choosing between Costera, Oakfield, and North River Ranch. If you want something that already has amenities open, I would recommend checking out North River Ranch, but Costera and Oakfield are going to have great amenities. You'll just have to wait a little bit of time before those open. So we toured next the Oakfield community, and we were at the Homes by West Bay, which is actually in Oakfield Trails. So in Oakfield, there's going to be Oakfield Lakes and Oakfield Trails. It looks like Oakfield Trails is going to have more amenities than Oakfield Lakes. It looks like Oakfield Lakes is mostly going to have a lot of open spaces. One interesting thing that I saw was this truck stop, which is a little space that they're dedicating to allow for food trucks to come in, which is a really good idea. And the main thing about Oakfield Lakes is access to this Curiosity Lake, which you can actually fish in and paddleboard, kayak. So that's really the main feature of Oakfield Lakes. There will be pools and that sort of stuff, but the lake I found was the most interesting feature in Oakfield Lakes. I thought it was really interesting and fun that you could actually paddleboard, kayak, and fish, because in some HOA communities, they actually don't allow you to fish. So that's a nice feature. And also something I wanted to point out, at the lake in Costera as well, they are allowing fishing also. So if that's something you're into, both of those communities do allow you to fish in the lakes. If you go to Oakfield Trails, which is where we went, Homes by West Bay, they're going to have this Harvest Club. which is going to open, they are hoping, at the end of 2027. So you will need to wait a little bit of time before this is open, but you can expect to have the Grand Oak Hall, which is going to be a restaurant and a clubhouse, and you can have private events there. They will have water slides, which I think is really fun, and a lagoon-style pool. And then they will also have some recreational areas with fitness centers, tennis, pickleball, and then a private lap and resort pools. And then obviously, as the name states, there will be trails, so you can expect some walking trails around the community. It looks like in Oakfield Lakes, they only have 3 builders building in that area, so this is going to be a lot smaller than Oakfield Trails. And you have a lot of builders in here like D.R. Horton, Pulte Homes, West Bay, Ashton Woods, Meritage Homes. So let's go to North River Ranch. So the main thing that is open right now in North River Ranch, let me pull up like the main map so you can kind of see. Camp Creek is right here. This is the main thing that is open right now. Also, they do have a school that is open within the community as well, so that's a really cool feature. But Camp Creek actually has the Headwater Swim Center, which does have a plunge pool, and also it has some water slides, so another really fun feature. It has an activity center, which will have games, a game room, a cafe, and then some workspaces between these Camp Creek clubhouse and the activity center. And then nearby there is the pickleball courts and also this cool bike pump park, which is like a little bike course for kids. It has like little up and downs, and I don't know what you call them, but it looked really fun. I would have ridden that as a kid. So Camp Creek is open right now, so that is a really awesome thing. And the homes that we toured were actually right near this, so me and Aaron were able to walk around, and we actually did show it in one of our other videos. So if you want to get a look at what this looks like in person, you should check out our other video where we were walking around this area. And then North River Ranch also has a lot of trails as well, and little workout stations throughout the community. So you'll see like over here these little orange dots. These are all workout stations along the trail. Some of these trails actually go 20 miles from start to finish, so a lot of trails for you guys. It is a big community. There's a dog park, and then they also have this really cool bike share program where you can download an app and then you can pick up a bike and go throughout the trails. So yeah, that is North River Ranch, Costera, and Oakfield. Major things to point out is Costera and Oakfield, we are still waiting on some of those amenities to be built, and some of them have a far out date for those. Whereas North River Ranch does have Camp Creek open, which is a really awesome amenity, as well as those pickleball courts and the bike park as well. So, so those are the amenities.
Okay guys, we're here checking out Pulte, the Coral Grand model. So what's nice about Pulte is they start in the 400K, guys, and this Coral Grand that we are looking at is 2,946 square feet. It's a 4 to 5 bedrooms or 3 bathrooms. But come on in, guys. And one thing I love about Pulte, we're going to look at both this model and the other model that they have, but really you get a variation of styles with Pulte. They are very universal, also a very large builder, but what I love about them is they are going to have nicer upgrades. Like, you can totally take any of their floor plans and totally make it look super nice. Higher door frames, higher ceilings, grander entryway, nicer counters, bigger lanai area, all those things that you can do with Pulte. But when we go look at the other model next door, that's going to be a little different. But what I love about that model is it's super, super functional for families. So real quick, we'll just kind of give you guys a quick tour of this model. Very similar to kind of what we've seen. We saw big showers earlier. You got big showers in here, so you're getting a lot of the same things with Pulte that you're seeing with Taylor Morrison, with Homes by West Bay. Now, one thing I love about this community specifically is it's the value you're getting, like the fact that these homes start at $400K, but you're getting tiled roof is standard, paved driveway, and, you know, all the things that you're getting for that price point is really awesome. And guys, this is a big reason I love the Coral Grand floor plan, is this upstairs loft area, which doubles also as the entryway. So you get that grand entryway that we saw in the first home that we looked at, but simultaneously you also have another open living room space up here. So it really does make the house feel a lot bigger. The other floor plan that we're looking at also has a loft area, but it doesn't have this grand entryway, and you guys are just going to see how it just feels a little different. So we'll go check that out next. Okay, we're going to now take you through the Williston, this is a little bit smaller. So this model is 2,595 square feet, but in terms of the price point, it's about 100K lower. But you can just tell, guys, because it's not all necessarily about square footage. But guys, this layout specifically, though, is still super, super practical. Like, they still have somewhat of an entryway. The ceilings in here are a little lower. It's a little more practical in here, but still I love the space that you're getting, even with that being said, because when we go look at this loft up here, guys, I want to show you the reason I also like this layout. It's similar to the D.R. Horton layout we saw, I think a couple weeks ago, but it's got a split floor plan. So the primary is on that end. Then you have this hallway that connects through okay, I actually thought the laundry room was going to connect through here. That would be really smart. Why didn't they do that?
It's on the other side.
It's on the other side. Right? It just makes sense to put I don't know. Anyhow, the D.R. Horton model does have a walk-through, though, where you can actually walk through there from the laundry room. But let's look at the primary. Nice primary tucked back here, which I like. This model, I always felt like it was really, really practical for families. Yeah. Because for families, like, yeah, having that upstairs open loft is great. But if you have little noisy kids, it's like, okay, that's awesome. So every time people come over, if they're up there watching their movie or playing a game or doing whatever, it's like all that noise is going up and down a lot when you have the completely open floor plan. What I like about this is the loft area is tucked away, and then we're going to go around here, and you guys are going to see what I'm talking about why I love this layout. Because when you go around, on the other side, you have this second hallway. This is where the washer and dryer is. You got a bedroom here. You got a bedroom here, closet here, shared bathroom with dual sinks, and then another bedroom back here. So this is just super, it's just so practical to me for a family layout. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I like this one. I noticed that this one has not as nice of finishes. Like, you'll notice, like, the bathrooms are, like, just a little bit not as nice as the other model.
It's more according to the base, which is why
does that. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was going to get to, is it's kind of more of, like, what you would see at the base model, which is still very nice, but yeah, you'll notice the difference between the two. You definitely should. I wanted to point that out so you could kind of see that this is more like a base model. The other one has a little bit more of some upgrades to it.
For sure. Yeah, no, it's good. But yeah, I like this model. Again, guys, even like the lanai, like in the last few models that we've looked at, that lanai has gone the entire width of the home. So here it only takes up half the width of the home, but there's just differences. Like, a slider isn't just a slider. Like, a 2-door slider is going to feel a lot different from like a 5-door slider. So when you're really deciding between these layouts, between these models, it's not just about square footage and size. It's really about what's practical for you and your needs.
But still a lot of light. Like, I like that there's the window in the kitchen, and then you still have the window right here, so it still feels like your outdoor space, and your living room is still very bright.
And you still have a bedroom down here, guys, which is so huge because for a lot
With its own bathroom.
For a lot of our clients, they're moving down, but they also have, maybe older parents, or maybe they have people, stairs are just not a thing, or they need another area that's kind of separate in a more quiet, designated area of the home. So having at least one bedroom or one room that can be used for either an office or a guest room on the first floor is huge. All right, we're here at Cardell, and guys, a big reason we wanted to show you guys Cardell again is because they are building in not just North River Ranch, but they're also building in Sea Air, right, Aubrey? And then they're also building in Costura. But
I don't know about Sea Air.
Within North River Ranch, they're building in Longmeadow and Riverfield. So we're in Longmeadow right now. We were in Riverfield in an earlier video, but the big things that I want to point out, difference between buying in Longmeadow versus in Riverfield, are in Longmeadow, tile roofs and paved driveways are going to be standard, which, I don't know, something about having every home with the tiled roof and every home with a paved driveway in the neighborhood just does make it feel elevated. That being said, in Riverfield, which is not where we're at, that's where we were at the other week, that is in the gated section of North River Ranch. Like, this home is 2,500 square feet, but I just think it's super practical. Like, for me and Aubrey, we don't have kids. We don't necessarily need a bunch of bedrooms, but having an office like this off of the lanai and where you can kind of look into the pool would be just my dream come true. And then even stuff like having the laundry room connect to the primary closet and having it just this convenient attached to the primary, a nice bathroom, and then also the option to do a 2-car garage, or the option to do a 3-car garage, two in the front, and then a tandem. Which, guys, a tandem in Florida can be a game changer. Whether or not you want it for extra storage, you want to park your boat there, you want to use it for whatever it might be, guys. Tandem is huge. I also just love, even, guys, for a lot of people. Sometimes I hear people say like, "Oh, I need a 3-bedroom." minimum, but what they really say is they need 2 dedicated bedrooms and they need a 3rd room for an office, which what I love about this floor plan is just the emphasis more on, more like unique rooms. And again, Cardell is not a production builder, so what they're really trying to show in this model too is you can mix and match, you can swap, you can change a lot of this. The wood floors I love, guys. We haven't looked at any homes with wood floors. The tray ceilings, the kitchen going all the way flush to the ceiling, the backsplash, again, gas here in North River Ranch, KitchenAid, appliances, like all that stuff. They're really trying to show that they are a builder that's going to design this home according to what you guys want. So, for instance, like standard is going to be 2 doors, but here in the model we have a 3-door full hurricane glass slider. Pool's also on this home, guys. We've talked about pools before, but yeah, that is it for this one. We'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, so we're here at the final spot we're going to look at today, guys, is Neal Communities, and North River Ranch is actually by Neal, and so it is an exciting builder. I really love them as a builder. We can flip the camera and show you guys the Heritage model that we're going to look at today. All right, so this one is 2,429 square feet, 2-story, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. It's got a loft, it's got a 2-car garage, but Neal is gonna feel similar, I think, to a lot of what we've seen today, but I really have always loved this kitchen, the colors, the cabinets. I think it's really nice. I wish more builders did something like this. It's something I've only seen Neal do. I also do just love the square base tiles they have in here. I don't usually love tile, but here I do like it. You have the big slider, and then you'll notice where they have the pool, it actually says Waterscapes Pool and Spas, and so they actually have they've put the contact information for the company that they likely recommend to have a pool done, because really, guys, that's what most people do, is they will have the builder do the pre-plumbing for the pool, but then they'll go and put the pool in later with somebody else, and you can finance a pool. So if you guys have questions about that and that process and why people do it that way, let us know. You can reach out to us. But yeah, checking out the bathroom, love it. Not too different from what all we've seen today, guys, but even in this model, guys, you do have the lower door frames, but still I feel like it feels nice. I feel like it feels open, spacious. I like the layout. Yeah, any thoughts, Aubrey? What do you think?
I like that the ceiling's still high and that they did the little, what do you call this? Tray ceilings up at in the living room, because that's where you're probably going to be spending most of your time.
I do like this big entryway, and okay, yeah, this is something
Yeah,
I
nice
pointed
little
out
guest
yesterday.
bathroom
I
with the window.
haven't seen anyone take the time to really put in a window in these bathrooms. But let's go check out the loft. Aubrey, if I remember correctly, you loved this floor plan a lot and the way they had this loft set up. So I'll let you take charge up here on the second floor, because you really like this one.
Oh, I just kind of liked how it felt very bright up here. I feel like because they added the 3 windows and then you have a window over here. And so it just felt very bright and open. In this space, you could really do a lot with it. Like you could make it into a nice play area if you have kids, or a movie area. And then there's the 2 bedrooms, actually 3 bedrooms up here.
Yep.
So a lot of, and then a shared bathroom.
Okay, I want to take you guys through one more layout here in Neal Communities, just so that you can compare and contrast a bit too. One thing that they do that's totally different is, guys, this front porch area that's covered, like, this is different. This is something that is unique that they do. But walking in, guys, the reason I wanted to also show you guys this layout is so that you can also see kind of what to expect when it comes to Neal's nicer, more high-end finishes. This layout has got the higher ceilings, it's got the taller door frames, it's got the backsplash done. Did the last one have the backsplash done? I think it did.
I think so, but this one has more of the. I'm seeing these countertops trending a lot because they look more like the natural stone.
Yeah.
And yeah, this one I know. This one I noticed that there's the higher door frames, and then also very high ceilings in here. It feels very bright and open. And also we wanted to show like a good single story as well for people who are not big fans of 2-story homes. Mm-hmm. It's got a nice flow to it into the primary with the nice shower in here.
Oh, I love that
and
shower.
the
It's huge.
double his and hers closet.
I mean, really, that would be her and hers. If you ask me, bro, my closet ends up being in the other room half the time. But what can you say?
Yeah, all of his clothes are in the office, but yeah, I do like how open this is, and especially for like, me and Aaron, we don't necessarily need 2 stories with like a bunch of bedrooms. So I like these kind of practical layouts with like the little entryway that you can put like another seating area, or even like do a little office if you wanted to, and then,
You do get
separate.
a bit more of a unique variation of layouts with some of like Neal, for instance. Like sometimes it can, like I tend to find that Lennar, D.R. Horton, Pulte, they can all feel very similar. They're appealing to the masses, but with a non-production builder like Cardell, and then with like Neal, is you do see a bit more uniqueness and customization, which depending on who you are, that can be really nice. Like for me, I really like the way they do their exterior elevations. But that being said, some people might not like that. For instance, Homestyle West Bay, they do all tile roofs. They used to do those like terracotta, like the Tuscany roofs. Mm-hmm. People didn't like those anymore, so they switched to all flat roofs. But depending on your style and your taste, there is going to be a builder that is for you. It's just about really getting in these floor plans and walking them, exploring them, asking questions to figure out which one is the right one for you. But once you narrow down on that community and that builder, the process from there is just so much easier. Okay, you guys, so I'm sitting here in my office because I didn't want to talk in the model about all the different builders and just take up time, but I have literally all of the stuff that I brought. So if you want any of this as I'm going through it, definitely reach out to us. I have physical copies, but I can send you digital copies of this as well. Just send us an email or text us. But yeah, let me jump in. So when we were at Costura, which was the Taylor Morrison home, gonna look like this, and you guys can probably see all my notes here. But so the one we looked at, which was the Tortola, that one was $972,000. So that was the first home we looked at, guys. Then we went to Homes by West Bay, and we looked at the Bayport, which they have one for $919,000, and the prices on those start between kind of the 6 to up to the to the $800,000 range as well. But yeah, guys, I have they have a lot of floor plans that are available and a lot of layouts to choose from. So if you guys want more information, definitely come down, and definitely there's a lot available online as well, and a lot we can help you talk through a ton as well. So with the Pulte homes that we looked at, which we went to next in North River Ranch, we looked at the Coral Grand first, and that one was $522,000. That one had the big open entryway with the upstairs loft. And then the Williston, which was the other one we looked at, was for $434,000, and that one had the kind of the first entryway, but the lower ceilings in the entryway, but then it was more optimized for the square footage. And honestly, roughly, they stack up pretty close to each other, but they're $100,000 apart. And so on those, they didn't have any Coral Grands available, but they do have a Williston available that is for $474,000. And then also the incentive on this is $35,000, and that can go towards either paying down your interest rate or towards your closing costs, or both in most cases. So then we went and looked at Cardell. They got two available that they're really trying to push right now that I actually think we have videos on. So the Southampton for $559, and then the Brighton for $509. And then when we went to Neal, the first one we looked at, the Heritage, they got one for quick movement available for $584,000, and then they had the Meadowbrook available for $564,000. But you guys, I have literally so much stuff, all this stuff on here. So if any of this you guys want, just reach out to us. We would love to send it to you. But yeah, let us know. That's really all I have for this video. We have more videos on Parrish, but let us know what you thought of this format and this style. Definitely something I want to do more of. Again, my name is Aaron, and me and my wife Aubrey are realtors here in the Tampa Bay area, and over the past few years we have helped over 40 people relocate to the Tampa Bay area. So if you are looking to make a move to Parrish, whether it be now, later, or you're just thinking about it, definitely reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. And if you guys need any of this stuff, reach out to us. I'd gladly send it.